dreamer. You are the dream.
What happens?
I am you. You are me. And we are here.
Hello, brother. Didn't think you could get rid of me so easily, did you? See, my days were numbered, but you... Oh, you can continue on for me. Be my ultimate revenge. So, calm yourself. Don't fight it. Breathe it in. This gas was a special mixture I had made, just for you. Something to finally set you free. It's time to have some fun. Burn it down, brother. Burn it all.
Harvey. Jeremiah Valeska wasn't inside the bunker when it blew.
How do you know?
Because he's outside and he's not alone.
All you need to know is if I hit this detonator, Gotham's blown back to the Stone Age.
And no one's been arrested for laughing. Yet.
With a government that's increasingly unaccountable to the people, art and humor have become some of the few avenues left for people to express their discontent.
Is it difficult to find humor when everything is so serious and dark in Hong Kong right now?
Yes, sure. It's very hard to find humor. Yesterday, we witnessed many things make us sad, but we need to have a little bit of humor in the hard days so that we can have a long run and lead to the victory.
Well, the humor comes from sarcastic, like a black humor. To us, it's not fun, but we... you stand against the oppression, then you're being the true Hong Kong local in here. The courage to speak.
So in Hong Kong, Pepe is a symbol of unity, liberty, and the black humor protesters use to make fun of their authoritarian government. It's something that brings protesters together. And that's, of course, why Beijing is terrified.
At the end of the day, authoritarian regimes love to be laughed at. And perhaps no one gets the joke quite as much as everyone's favorite frog, Pepe.
You know what's funny? You know what really makes me laugh?
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been going on for quite some time about the need to censor, restrict, regulate, punish social media because of hate speech and disinformation, electoral interference, all of these terms that, well, they certainly don't sound like good things, and the average Canadian would disapprove of them. But what do they mean? How do you define them? And so far, Trudeau has refused to offer definitions. He's only offered his insistence that something be done. The information requests, and they are coming back blank and redacted more than ever. When politicians and law enforcement get up at the podium to take questions, more and more they say, no comment, can't comment, ongoing legal affair, ongoing process, nothing to see here, folks, so just take it and shut up and be on your merry way. Years ago, one of my columnists at the Ottawa Sun said that back in the day, they used to be able to pick up the phone, call any bureaucrat at the city, ask them a specific question about their department, and they would get an answer. Good luck doing that now. You call a bureaucrat, you get a PR person calling you back and chewing you out for doing it. But what about what's happening in Canada? We're slipping, we're backsliding, and it ain't pretty.
I mean, I met him. I knew him until I was like 6.
Oh, that's worse. I never knew. So I think that's when if you know them a little bit and then they're gone, that sucks.
I would do anything for my friends, and family too.
See, I have there's a certain level of loyalty that I have because of that too.
Because of that, yeah. Well, you understand it. Whereas someone who grows up in a big household filled with people and the family was always there and everybody was there, you might take people for granted a little bit.
Maybe he wanted to be in my life, but there's some people that it bothers them for their whole life. And
Tell you one thing will happen though, when you have kids, your bond with your kids, it's like I mean, I would assume that everyone's bond with their children is very tight because it's an unbelievable love connection that you have with children.
It's true unconditional love.
It's not just true unconditional. It's like they're a drug. Like they give you love to the point where, like, my daughter, my youngest, we were playing the other day in the pool, and there was a point in time we were just laughing about something together, just laughing, and I'm looking at her face and she's laughing, and I felt like I was on drugs. It's so intense. And it's also, I didn't get that when I was a kid. I didn't
know exactly what you're saying, man.
Being a parent. Really
it's stressful,
hard.
but
when
the
you're conscious.
reward is that's really. You don't have kids?
I don't.
It's very hard to describe to someone the love that you experience between you and this little tiny person.
So I think it's great that you take time one-on-one with your kids, because I didn't have that with my dad.
I didn't have that either. I tried to. Well, I mean, not me, that my mom was strong for leaving my dad, and that, like, you have to make tough choices in life, and then things are going to suck for a while, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
But, pressure makes diamond. You try to protect your kids as much as possible, but everybody that we know that's interesting came from a fucked up background. Like, all of my friends had fucked up childhoods. Yeah. All of them. All my artistic friends, all my friends that are comedians, they just fucking came from chaos. And they emerged from this rubble as this person with a purpose.
The 62-year-old was investigated by Ottawa Police Internet Child Exploitation Unit and found images of Nepali boys aged under 16. McCarthy had volunteered at an orphanage in Nepal prior to leaving for Canada. Investigators believe there could be more victims. So as troubling as this story is in of itself, what really set off alarm bells for me were the glaring similarities to another case. Also reported here out of the Kathmandu Tribune, CIB Nepal detains Canadian Peter Douglas for 25 days. Investigation going full scale. Hey guys, it's Joe here. And I hadn't planned on making a video today, or at least didn't have a topic top of mind that I thought warranted attention until I started scrolling through the news headlines and I saw something that stuck out quite glaringly, and I thought I should bring it to everyone's attention. And I'm talking about a story that was first reported by CTV News, but I have it up here from the Kathmandu Tribune out of Nepal. Canadian man left Nepal with child pornographic photos, arrested in Toronto. And here he is on screen. CTV Ottawa has reported that Canadian man Paul McCarthy was arrested at Pearson International Airport in Toronto for possessing child pornographic photos. He was flying to Panama City when the Canadian authorities intervened and arrested him.
I think I may have found something. This is relatable to Pepe the Frog in a couple weird ways, so I want to show this to you now. But anyway, this image was created and finished just right before 9/11. Like days before, and was supposed to go in print, and either did see print or almost saw print right before or right after 9/11. And the image was made in time, and it's called Crash. And look, it's got letting her tadpole against. This was another 9/11 one. Look, it looks like fucking Israel or something back there, Saudi temples, or what is that, synagogue? And it's this. Then he does this thing up here. Come on, man.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Now, say my name.
Xanthos the King Jeremiah.
You're goddamn right.
Well, let's have a look at his weapons first. He uses a notched whip.
You know, it's not devastating on any one day, but it seems like we're getting to the death by 1,000 cuts feel.
Donald Jeremiah himself. And why does it bother to specifically mention scales? How many other characters do we see with such expert control on the deadly chaos arts?
My name is Susan Strega, and I teach in the School of Social Work in the Faculty of Human and Social Development.
You know what's funny? You know what really makes me laugh?
And it's out of that commitment that my current research project grew.
You know what's funny?
So the project is called Someone's Mother, Sister, or Daughter.
The world hangs on a thin thread.
And when Anonymous speaks, you will see the message everywhere. You will feel the words and understand them because you yourself have logged their meaning in your past.
Here's one. Knock, knock.
A movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing.
They're all terrified. He's coming for you. He's coming for you.